Hello students, welcome to class 11th online education. This video is for subject economics and we are going to read here about unit 1 introduction. So let us begin with the components of economics. There are three components of economics: production, consumption and distribution. Let us understand all three components in an elaborated manner. So what is production? Adding or increasing the utility of a commodity is known as production, and this activity is done by the producer. Second component is known as consumption, that is using of goods for satisfying human needs is called consumption, and consumption activity is done by consumer. And the third component is distribution. It means the distribution of the national income or the total income arising from what has been produced in the country, which is called as GDP. As we know that GDP is distributed among the agents, that is factors of production, in the form of wages, profit, interest and rent. So these are the factor payment to the factor of production. Now let us understand the meaning of statistics. Meaning of statistics can be understood in a plural sense. So in a plural sense, statistics refers to information in terms of numbers or numerical data such as population statistics, employment statistics, income statistics, etc. Statistics can also be explained in the form of singular sense. And in a singular sense, it refers to techniques or methods relating to collection, classification, presentation, analysis and interpretation of quantitative data. Now let us understand the feature of statistics in the plural sense. These are aggregate of facts affected by multiplicity of causes, numerically expressed, systematic manner, reasonable accuracy and predetermined purpose. So let us understand these features in an elaborated manner. So first feature of statistic is it consists of aggregate of facts. In the plural sense, statistics refers to data, but data to be called statistics must consist of aggregate of certain facts. A single and isolated facts or figures like 60 kgs weight of a student or the death of particular person on a day does not amount to statistics. So for statistics, there should be aggregate of facts. Second feature is it is affected by many causes. It is not easy to study the effect of one factor only by ignoring the effects of other factors. Here we have to go for the effects of all the factors on the phenomenon separately as well as collectively, because effects of the factors can change with the change of place, time or situation. Now let us understand the third feature of statistics, that says that it should be numerically expressed. So a data to be called statistics should be numerically expressed so that counting or measurement of data can be made possible. It means that the data or the fact to constitute statistics must be capable of being expressed in some quantitative forms such as weight of 60, 70, 100 kgs or profit of rupees 10,000, 20,000, etc. Thus, these data must contain numerical figures so that those may be called as numerical statement of facts. So here it is focusing on the quantitative expression of the variable. Now the another feature is that statistics must possess some reasonable accuracy. For getting reasonable standard of accuracy, the field of inquiry should not be very large. If it is infinite or very large, even enumerator of data is impossible and reasonable standard of accuracy may not be achieved. So to achieve it, we have to make an estimate according to reasonable standard of accuracy, which is depending on the nature and purpose of collection of data. That is, we may measure the height of buildings in meters, but we cannot measure the length of small things like bricks in the same unit of meter. So, statistics must possess some reasonable accuracy. Then the next feature is that it should be collected in a systematic manner. So another characteristics of statistics is that the data should be collected in a systematic manner. The data collected in a haphazard manner will lead to the difficulties in the process of analysis and can give the wrong conclusions. A proper plan should be made and trained investigators should be used to collect data so that they may collect statistics. If it is not done, in such cases, reliability of data gets decreased. So, to get correct results, the data must be collected in a precise manner. Let us come to the another feature of statistics, that it should be collected for a predetermined purpose. Before we start the collection of data, we must be clear with the purpose for which we are collecting the data. If we have no information about its purpose, we may not be collecting data according to the needs. We may need some more relevant data to achieve the required purpose, which we would miss in the event of its ignorance. So these are the all features of statistics. Now let us read another concept, that is nature of statistics. So nature of statistics can be explained as descriptive statistics and inferential statistics. Now let us begin with descriptive statistics. Descriptive statistics means those methods which are used for the collection, presentation and analysis of data. It consists of all the methods that helps in the estimation of various parameters like average, which contains mean, median and mode, deviation, which contains mean deviation, standard deviation, and measures of correlation. For example, descriptive statistics is used to know the average marks of a particular class, measuring the variation in the prices of stocks, etc. Now, what is inferential statistics? Inferential statistics refers to all such methods by which the conclusions are drawn relating to the universe or population on the basis of a given sample. Now, what is population here? Population means the number of observation, total number of observation in a particular investigation. It is about using data from sample and then making inferences about the larger population from which the sample is drawn. The goal of the inferential statistics is to draw conclusion from a sample and generalize them to the population. It determines the probability of the characteristics of the sample using probability theory, and the most common methodologies used are hypothesis tests, analysis of variance, etc. Now let us understand importance of statistics in economics. We all know that statistics plays a very important role in our day-to-day life, but let us understand how statistics plays a very important role in economics also. So statistics precision to the facts. The statistics are presented in a definite form, so they also help in condensing the data into important figures. So statistical methods present meaningful information. In other words, statistics helps in simplifying complex data to make them understandable. So we can say that the mass data can be converted into the condensed data in a very precise manner. Then the next important is to present facts in definite form. Yes, we can represent the things in their true form with the help of figures. Without a statistical study, our ideas would be vague and indefinite. The facts are to be given in a definite form. If the results are given in numbers, then they are more convincing than if the results are expressed on the basis of quality. So, quantitative expression of any particular economic problem gives the intensive results, or we can say that we can understand the results or the problem in a proper manner. Statistics here again facilitates comparisons. After simplifying the data, it can be correlated as well as compared. The relationship between the two groups is best represented by certain mathematical quantities like average or coefficients, etc. Comparison is one of the main functions of statistics, as the absolute figures convey a very less meaning. Then we cannot deny the importance of statistics in formulation and testing of hypotheses. These statistical methods help us in formulating and testing the hypothesis or a new theory. So many theories we are reading in economics, like consumer behavior, producers behavior. These all theories are supported by the statistics. With the help of statistic techniques, we can know the effect of imposing tax on the export of tea, on the consumption of tea in the other countries. And the other example could be to study whether credit squeeze is effective in checking inflation or not. So there are so many relationship and there are so many testings are there which can be formulated through the statistics. Then statistics also having importance in forecasting business, forecasting economic planning. So statistics is not only concerned with the above functions, but it also predicts the future course of action of the phenomena. We can make future policies on the basis of estimates made with the help of statistics. We can predict the demand for the goods in 2005 if we know the population in 2004 on the basis of growth rate of the population in past. Similarly, a businessman can exploit the market situation in a very successful manner if he knows about the trends in the market. So, the statistics help in shaping future policies. Now, statistics also plays a very important role in policy making. With the help of statistics, we can frame favorable policies. How much food is required to be imported in 2007, or it depends on the food production in 2007 and the demand for food in 2007. So without knowing these factors, we cannot estimate the amount of imports. On the basis of forecast, the government forms the policies. It can be about food grains, housing, public distribution system. We have different policies like monetary policy, fiscal policy. These are all made with the help of the statistics. But if the forecasting is not correct, then the whole setup will be affected. So it's very important that the statistics should be used in a very careful manner so that the policy should be formulated in a very effective way. Now let us move to know about what are the stages of statistics are available in a singular sense. There are 5 stages are there. 1. It is collection of data. 2. Organization of data. 3. Presentation of data. 4. Analysis of data. And 5th is interpretation of data. So, as we are completing all these stages, we will be able to reach to the conclusion and we are able to complete all 5 stages of statistics. These stages are very crucial in any investigation of any economic problem and to give the reliable conclusion of any particular investigation. So these all the stages we will be reading in our coming chapters. So here our topic Introduction to Statistics is over. Thank you so much.